I think it was both on a highlights video for One Nation of Gamers and my Overwatch Epic Plays video. Just watching Lucio with flashbang boop 3 people off the ledge at once was possibly one of the best moments of Overwatch I've seen in the last couple of weeks. Now both teams out the gates and looking to grab the control point. Don't forget, it doesn't unlock for another 15 seconds.
That's right. They're just purely fighting over the territory now. There's no points to be gained just yet. I'm watching IDDQD fall down to 2 health and then fall off the map. So the boop actually did its job there. Kruise knocking out the DPS very quickly of Rogue. So Reunited actually, it looks like they are going to be the first ones to claim the point here and start that percentage up toward 100%. If you're unfamiliar with the way this map works, essentially you can see that percentage rising on the red side now. They just need to get to 100%. The blue team Rogue can come in and flip the point to their side by just standing on this big red square long enough to flip it over to their sides and start getting their own percentage. So the whole time that they're fighting right now, they're in combat, it's going to continue counting up for that red team. Every time it's in contest mode, whoever's in control of it still benefits. So they will need to try and flip the point quickly to prevent that percent from getting up into 40, 50, 60% range. And right now, Rogue did just absolutely terrible job trying to do just that.
Yeah, and this is well, you never know. I mean, we have seen a lot of games with 99% flips, Joshy. It could happen. You can flip the pancake here and get the game well done on both sides. So Reunited in firm control of the point, up to 48% right now. And here comes the regroup, very, very quick. Double Winston, sound barrier, 2 bubbles on the control point. Full engage coming out here from Rogue, being very serious about just doing as much on their face as possible. Unfortunately, that pulse bomb doesn't do much because Primal Rage was activated on Winston. Now everyone's actually running off of the control point. What's going on? Where are they?
Well, so I've been watching Tviq. He's trying to clean the sides, like he's trying to basically stay safe while the rest of his team is in the point doing the mass melee action. Tviq was kind of on the side dueling against TwoEasy, but actually missed a flash and fan combo. He didn't have enough bullets. He hit the flash, but only had 2 bullets left in the chamber and didn't kill him. So TwoEasy actually managed to scramble back to the point, and I'm not sure what happened on the point, but it appears that without their primary DPS, it was not enough to get through Reunited. There's pulse bombs flying out, Winston shields flying out every single time we engage here, and this time around Vallutaja getting the huge benefit there. Unfixed actually getting a couple of kills as well, and Rogue is just having such a tough time here on this LiJiang first point.
Yeah, that's it. Double Lucio got killed off straight away, and that actually explains a lot of what I saw earlier as well, Joshy, because when I was looking from the point, I saw 2 Winstons come in with sound barrier, and then about 10 seconds later, they went out without sound barrier, and that was kind of it, and it was very weird. But Unkoe and Winz are both the heroes that get taken out first from Rogue. And that is so important. They got killed off not just in the first engage, but the second one as well. And that gave Reunited the extra damage and the extra health that they needed off their own sound barrier to comfortably keep a hold of the point when it went to overtime. So lovely picking off of those heroes. They will have had a game plan where they would have said, we need to take these Lucios out. How do I know that? And the fact that they didn't just rush in and get killed off? Because 4 kills in a row were basically Lucios. They're Reunited. Were very deliberately targeting them down, and it has paid off for them on point number 1.
Yeah, Reunited in firm control moving into the second point here, and this is again BO3. This is not like the last King of the Watch. If you were there with us, we were doing the Blizzard competitive rules back then.
Best
now
of
we're
31.
Back on the best of 3 plan here, as the map was built for, I suppose you could say. But basically, watching IDDQD now run right into monkey trouble there. 2 Winstons immediately zapping him down, takes out the DPS from Rogue. That's not good for them, as Reunited still looking in great shape here. AKM trying to get some damage in as a Tracer. I'm going to go ahead and swap to Tviq now on Pharah. Pharah is a very strong character on this point. Lots of sky to fly around with, and not too many threats. No snipers, no... actually only 1 McCree even for a hit scan character, so the Winstons are actually going to have to do their part in helping taking out Tviq. Otherwise, he's going to keep raining rockets on them, and it looks like that's going to benefit Rogue in the long run, as they are going to be the first ones to flip the point, maybe, here?
Oh, this is very close. Vallutaja is trying to make life difficult for him, but he goes down. TwoEasy on McCree is really the only other hero that can realistically grab that Pharah out of the sky, but he hasn't been able to do a 2-day Primal Rage, getting taken down on Reinforce right now. High Noon, and oh, he actually manages to pick off Reinforce as well. The Deadeye didn't kill him, but the follower Flash and Fan did. And a very, very strong passenger pay once again from TwoEasy. He's demonstrated it once already this series, and it looks like this is going to be the second time he's come through with a couple of clutch kills for his team.
I'm done predicting who's going to cap what, because I was saying that payload was cruising into the point on Gibraltar. They ended up not getting it at all. I was thinking Rogue was going to capture this point here on LiJiang. They didn't get it at all. That was a great...
ruining esports.
No, it's nice, though. It's actually really good, because it's nice that nothing is certain in this game, right? Because
the cast of curse is strong.
When it's
but no,
too
you're
certain,
right.
it gets a little boring. Like StarCraft build orders, for example, it's like you know a starport's coming. You have nothing else to talk about for 10 seconds, but in this game, everything surprises you. Here's a big Rez coming in. Reunited still in great control here. I do see a sound barrier out as well, and it looks like we got even trades on both sides. Rogue for the first time, finally gaining the upper hand here. AKM and Tviq doing their jobs as the damage dealers. Vallutaja as the last member there for Reunited to fall. It is going to flip for the first time in this map.
And they are doing it with one fewer tank as well. It's the one Winston versus the two. And just to follow on from your point, Josh, you're absolutely right. One of the great things about Overwatch is that it's so easy to flip the tide of a battle from one to the other, like on spur of the moment. You never actually know what's going to be happening next. And it's very, very tricky. One team can be winning and then losing the next. Sound barrier coming out though right now for Rogue, and that was pretty big. TwoEasy and Morte getting completely wiped out very quickly indeed. Tviq just doing so much damage from above. There's not an awful lot they're doing at the moment against this Pharah, and they really need to think of something. That ledge actually on top is allowing Tviq to recharge his boosters, and I really think that's playing into their hands so well right now, because he's basically able to stay up in the air indefinitely, and it's either TwoEasy takes him out or he rules the skies. Those are the only two options right now.
You know, actually, I think Genji might even be a solid option here for Reunited if they don't want to play a Pharah themselves. Like, I don't know why they haven't actually just gone tit for tat here, as they have lost the point essentially. Like, if we had stats in the game right now, I bet Tviq would be something like 60% of the team's damage, just because the rest of his damage dealers are tracers, and the fact that they're constantly having to kite while he just rains rockets down, I feel like he's just got to have a huge majority of the damage. Finally, the tracers do actually manage to shoot up enough, and the Winstons manage to get in the face of Pharah enough to take out Tviq, but with that res, they're right back in it, and Barrage is available.
And think about how much, actually, you have to shoot as Tracer to take out, at range, a Pharah. It's just really painful. Kruise, though, with the sound barrier, allowing everyone a little bit of extra HP. Tviq coming in with the barrage straight after that, but he gets taken up by TwoEasy as well, but not before he picks off both Kruise and Winghaven. So Rogue coming in with themselves in numbers now. Winz and AKM both have ultimates available. We might see a sound barrier here if it shakes off the monkey from the point. Unfixed at the moment, doing a great job of stalling as far as Reunited are concerned. It is overtime in favor of Rogue right now. Reunited have to capture the point, and they have to do it right now to flip.
Yeah, if Rogue can get one wipe here on Reunited, that overtime does drain down very quickly. It will be up to, you know, Tracers, Divas, Lucios, whatever, to try and speed into the point, but after that, it becomes that trickle game that we've seen before. It's very difficult to come back from that position, so as both teams now just giving it their all, as it's stuck at 99%, it will not tick over to 100% until that overtime meter goes down, and as long as they're contesting, it's going to stay that way. It looks like Rogue is starting to fall, and Reunited does flip the point in their favor. Again, if they do happen to capture this point, they will win the entire map, so Rogue has to get in there and has to wipe Reunited, or their hopes fall down even further into a 0-3 deficit for this King of the Watch.
The 99% flip is real, and it might be happening again, Josh. You will wait and see. Reunited now at 60%. They need to hold on and potentially live through overtime as well to stop Rogue from taking this point and winning the map. Rogue comes in. Reinforce is actually really offside. I am not a fan of the way he leaped in with Winston right there. But Tviq is still doing so much damage. He's actually being left unchecked. He's more or less at full health, but he's not doing too much simply because of the ultimates that we saw from Lucy Lucio early on, and he gets taken out as well, actually, by TwoEasy, who has been looking up more often than not.
Rogue is down. There's no one left for Rogue, and suddenly Reunited is almost up to 99% themselves. They're actually pushing way forward here. I'm going to go ahead and take Vallutaja's POV here for the rest of this game as a Tracer. Unless he dies, of course, I'll swap over. But 99% for both sides now. It is going to come down to the next wipe, and we just haven't given Tracer too much love in the first-person view, so let's see what Vallutaja can show us.
And Winston's constantly jumping up to stop Tviq right now, doing a very, very good job. That allows players like TwoEasy to focus on the ground and continuously warp in. 99% for both players still. We have 5v6. Morte actually goes down, one of the loses. If Kruise goes down for Reunited as well, that could spell an awful lot of trouble for them without that healing ability. Great leap in there as well from them as well. And Tviq still raining a lot of damage.
Winghaven actually had perfect timing there, getting drilled down by a Tracer. Popped his monkey ult to gain 1,000 health very quickly and leaped right back into the fight. Reunited in pretty solid control, but Rogue is now trickling back in with their ults.
Quad kill. He managed to kill 5 players on his own now. He's on a 5-player kill streak, and that might win the game here for Rogue. Reunited need to grab the point. They're trickling in, and they need to group up if they want to take the point. They can trickle in and extend overtime, but realistically, they have to group up. Tviq with an incredible solo effort there. 3 players on barrage, and 2 more off that, including a Primal Rage Winston. He's single-handedly wiped Reunited.
This is where I wish we had a rewind button. I did miss the barrage watching the Tracers. You know, at any time something could go off and just destroy multiple people here. There's a lot of insta-gib ultimates in this game. 2 Tracers actually both falling there. IDDQD and Vallutaja both going down. Kruise trying to extend that overtime. TwoEasy now as kind of their last hope. Still 1 player remaining, and there's goes Morte. That might be it here for the second point, but again, we will go to a third one if that is the case, where there is a Winston nearby. There he goes, leaping in once again. There's another barrage here available for Tviq.
Guys, what Reunited have to do is they basically have to dart in and out with 2 players, ideally alternate taking the point. And if they can alternate there, that allows the other 4 of their players to group up. And then that way, at least they have a chance to go 5v6 into the point. So they can't have 6 players trickle in. They need 1 or 2 players to move by. Oh god, that was
man.
Well done. And now they might be able to buy enough time to come in as a group of 4 or 5. Rather than constantly trickling one by one.
I don't know, just because Tviq got that barrage point blank onto the Lucio and Winston, that's a lot of offensive power just gone immediately from that push for Reunited. Vallutaja, the last man standing again. Tviq, after getting rezzed, still just shelling out tons of damage. I can't wait to see the stat line at the end of this LiJiang Tower, but they do. Rogue successfully takes point B here on LiJiang Tower. The second point, I should say, as it is actually point C in the scoreboard at the top.
Tviq tried to play basketball and failed.
Alright, swap back to cams here. I'm just hiding the I'm hiding the compositions so no one can blame me for killing esports.
No one is allowed to know how many Torbs there are on this team.
Right, it's at least 7. Oh, there's 8. Oh, 9. Okay, it's not stopping.
Yeah, you need Mercy to damage amp the Torbs.
Totally, yeah. 9 Mercies, 9 Torbs in play here for these 2 teams. Alright, so now we're finally getting into, this is the final point here on LiJiang Tower. Reunited is up in the series 2-0, but this map is tied 1-1. As whoever wins this point actually will take this map, and the loser will get the choice for the next map. I'm watching Zarya right now, Tviq. I haven't actually spectated a lot of Zarya yet, so we'll keep an eye out for some meaty Graviton surges.
He's a little bit offside at the moment, unfortunately, and getting caught a bit off guard as Tviq does go down for the first time in this game. Guys, if you are interested in contributing to the prize pool here, you can do so for free. What's that, you say? For free! That's right, if you head to the Matcherino link, which hopefully is being pasted into chat right now, you can use the code KOTW8 and increase the prize pool by $1. If a million people do that... Oh, and that's a huge move! That's off the map. Unkoe goes down, and I think that was AKM as well. Boop, 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 and they're gone.
Unkoe and AKM gone, reinforcing Tviq falling, and Reunited once again just showing their dominance here to lead off on LiJiang C, or LiJiang B. It's so confusing. I don't know, they kept the names, like Market and Tower and whatever, but they still have the A, B, and C up on the score thing at the top.
I kind of just call it the temple.
I just always called it A, B, and C because I never knew the proper names, and now it's messing me up when B is actually the third point, etc. But we'll get used to it.
Make it up.
Just need some more experience, yeah. So I call this one the Spire because it looks so just weird to everything. But we do have Winghaven popping his ult now. IDDQD as Tracer running away as fast as he can, trying to actually stay in the mix of 4 different reunited players here. He does eventually fall to a Vallutaja. And on the other side, we do have a Winston just raging, trying to smack people off the side, but unfortunately he only catches Morte, who just flies right back into play.
All right, I'm watching Reinforce now, who looks like he's leading the team into battle. He's also got Primal Rage available.
Yep.
I'm waiting to see if he pops it immediately with the bubble, and he's actually running in. Wow, does a very good job of leaping in and killing TwoEasy to start the fight off. So very, very nicely played there, and now he's grabbing Kruise on the point and forcing everyone else off it as well. Reunited are trying to come in and grab, but I love that initiation from Reinforce, and he still has Primal Rage available. He hasn't felt the need to use it yet.
Yep, Primal Rage, he actually almost caught, he almost body blocked Morte into falling off the ledge. That actually, I would have lost my mind if that actually happened, but he actually sidestepped. He did get around him onto the ledge just in the last second. But Reinforce does get the kill anyway onto Morte and almost gets TwoEasy before falling himself. But Reunited still just has had control the entire time. This is Rogue's best look that they've had in a while to try and flip the point.
Yeah, and that was very good anyway, because just using the one hero on the Winston to distract 2 of the opposing team, allowing the rest of your team to play 5v4 is very, very useful. Winghaven now stalling, and he's gonna, Pulse Bomb going off, looks like it kills Winghaven. IDDQD managing to pick that up, and we're waiting to see if a flip can happen. Oh, it was so close to making it happen, but I feel like Reunited are starting to trickle in and prevent this from going on now. How many did they have on the point? It looks like it's just Unfixed, but he is comfortably inside the Winston bubble, constantly leaping, buying time for his teammates to come in. There are so many players from Rogue on the point now, but Reunited are swarming around the outside, waiting to come back.
TwoEasy actually saved it at the last possible second, but now it does flip. TwoEasy doesn't want to die. He actually books it out of there, and now there's no reason for him to be on the point alone, the fact that he's not contesting. And so now everyone's going to have to regroup from Reunited. Rogue finally getting on the board here and you know, keeping themselves from going 0-3 down in this series. But they are, yeah, they're hanging on, and that percentage is just going to continue to tick up. It doesn't matter if you have anyone on the point. It doesn't matter if you have 2, 3, 4, 5 people on the point. It ticks up at the same rate, so they can split up if they want to, but it looks like they are just going to try and keep as firm of a control as possible on the point. Sound barriers on both sides now. I'm just going to go ahead and take IDDQD as a random Tracer, one of many options, to toss out that Pulse Bomb, see what he can catch. He did stick that Winston there, caught the kill on TwoEasy as a result. Rogue looking good.
Vallutaja managing to get Unkoe as well, pretty much at the same time with another Pulse Bomb. So both teams really fiercely contesting. The only ultimate available at the moment is Morte, and he's patiently waiting for an opportunity to resurrect his allies. Doesn't feel the need to do so at the moment, though. AKM and Tviq getting a fantastic pair of kills there, as it looks like the point is very, very comfortably right now in Rogue's hands. Reunited will have 1, possibly 2 more attempts at retaking it, but right now it's 65% to 99%.
I like the IDDQD play that I've been singing. He's just basically on a rail, just going from one target to the next. As soon as one goes down, just immediately spinning around, trying to find the next thing to shoot at. He's prioritizing TwoEasy right now, the enemy Tracer, and IDDQD does have a Pulse Bomb. He whiffed it. It looked like kind of flew out onto nothing there. Reinforce actually fell off the map somehow. I'm not sure if he got booped or jumped off or what, but the actual fight on the point seems to be very Reunited heavy. 4 members still standing while Rogue is starting to trickle down into the single digits here. Or sorry, they're always in the single digits, but down to a single person, I should say, is not good for them.
And you can really see their game plan here. I was watching Tviq when that fight started. Unfortunately, he has just gone down. But their first goal is eliminate Lucio
99.
and then eliminate Mercy. And that's all they care about. Kruise is the first player eliminated, and they had a really, really good shot at that. But sadly, over on the other side of things, Reunited were busy contesting the point at the same time.
How did he contest that? Oh, IDDQD got in.
Yeah, he snuck in behind and managed to grab some time on the point. And as a result, the control point is now in Reunited's favor, 99% versus 99%, and we have a potential trickle-in scenario. But this is actually a really difficult point to come in on, because unlike the last one, you can't tap your way into the point and then rush out and get a second go. You're pretty much committed to being in an enclosed space the moment you walk in. So a lot of deaths happen when you try and do that.
The airborne Winston, the fact that they reduced his jump time means that we're seeing just airborne Winstons constantly on this point. They jump into the air, it leaves contesting, they land, it contests again, so it actually refreshes that meter every single time they jump. It does damage every single time they land, and there's so many monkeys that damage adds up over time, and now it looks like Reunited actually, all these Reunited does take LiJiang Tower, and they are going to extend their lead to 3-0 here in the King of the Watch.
Very, very nicely played, and the ending composition is 2-2-2. Winston, Lucio, and Tracer, and now we have play of the game. Taking a look at TwoEasy. Oh, I remember this one. That was the one from earlier, and this was such a sick play, man.
Yeah, right after this, Tviq gets res though, I believe, and then things go south again. But yeah, 56 elims from Tviq. We didn't get lucky to see 67 elims from Unfixed.